Oh, hey, look. It's a screen. It's a screen with a game on it. That game being Pyre. Welcome to the not yet titled Monday stream on another Tuesday. Due to Fantasy League deciding it needed a lot more going on. This is the voice of Ryan, by the way, from Immaterial Gamers. When we last left it, I think we were just coming off a... what now? Oh yeah, we just had a fight. Or we just did right against a treant and his crew. We've got another treant in our crew who can speak to us telepathically. And it's thus that we need to continue on our journey. Yeah, there he is. Wolfred, Sandalwood. So, yeah, just because I'm not on camera, by the way, doesn't mean I'm going to be sitting there making 8 million voices. We're just going to be going through reading you the Monday night bedtime story on a Tuesday night. So, hope you've got yourself tucked in. We'll do some story stuff. And then I'll occasionally play some ancient dodgeball. So, there we go. So, where were we? At dawn, Volfred is already up. He reveals to you a pathway through the woods into the cold lands to the north, beyond which lies your next destination. Ah, the Sclorian Shore. Alright, because we're always going north. Can I ask you to read the Sandman? No. I mean, you can ask. Absolutely, go ahead, ask. I mean, my answer's probably going to be no. If I was going to be doing a reading thing, it would probably be that League of Legends book that's coming out soon. Don't expect me to read Accents of Viego in that, though. So, oh no, it's because it's a Callista book. Don't expect me to do that either, but still. You get clear of the woods at last and arrive in lands grown cold in the shadow of Mount Alodiel. You'll have to make it all the way to the top. In a moment of respite, Volfred calls everyone together to discuss matters pertaining to the rites and the plan to which he alluded. Oh yeah, it's a bit weird. Volfred can read, so he can speak to me in English. Turns out all the weird, all the sort of dialects that are being done are just a dialect to make people understand each other because they can't read. You banded together with a common faith that freedom from the downside is not impossible, am I correct? But let me ask you something. What does freedom even mean to you? He looks in your direction as he asks, defying you to answer. You cannot sense his own thoughts on the subject and only know the truth of how you feel. Huh. What does freedom mean to me? Living without fear. You tell Wolfred that freedom means living without fear and not being subject to persecution or retaliation for one's thoughts and choices. He considers your remarks for a short while. Good answer, my kin. I happen to agree. Fear takes hold in freedom's wake. But fear is a natural impulse, is it not? A common feeling we all share from time to time, a deeply rooted impulse there to aid our judgment and spur us on to acts of courage. Steph has got his option there of having no master. Fair enough. If not for fear, I doubt we could accomplish very much in life. And, just now, we stand upon the brink of accomplishing something vital. He turns his attention to the whole group. Now, let me tell you all what freedom means to me. Freedom means to live without fear, just as your reader stated. To be able to indulge one's curiosities and passions, at least the ones that cause no harm to others, without the constant threat of judgment and reprisal. Freedom means not being made a criminal for what you know, or whom you love, or what you choose to think or not think. So he's basically chose all the answers. Cheat. He looks out towards the distant mountains. Within the next few days, your time in exile could come to an end. You could see the Commonwealth once more, and you would be exalted there, given the highest honour, the opposite of how you got here. But you would not be truly free, I think. At the least, you would become complicit to an ancient system that would deign to cast down others such as you. It is a system whose well-intentioned founding principles have long been lost, and the 8 scribes, if they are out there still, have made quite clear that they shall not intervene firsthand. That is where you come in. He turns to you and everyone again, looking to each of you. Long have I wished to gather such a group, that, together, you might see that seeking freedom only for yourselves is too modest a goal. You share a higher calling now. The plan, then, is this. We free each other from the downside, through the rights, then we meet upon the other side. We organise. Each new moon at dusk, we join together at the Spiral Sanctum. Okay. We need as many of us there as possible. My agents on the other side shall explain the rest. You're plotting a revolt? Just so. I'm asking a lot. You do have other options. Deceit, however, is not one of them. The reader and myself, you know by now that we can see through it. But you need not be a part of this, nor is it in my interest to coerce you. You may go your own way if you wish. Live out your remaining days, like so many others. So, if anyone among you prefers that, if you cannot see yourself continuing to strive together in the Commonwealth, as you are doing here, then speak now. The Volvo pauses for a time, examining each member of the group. No one stirs. Very good. Some of you consider yourselves friends, some others not. But all of you are bound together through the rights and are integral to our plan. Remember that. You seek true freedom? You'll not find it waiting for you in the Commonwealth. But together, you can bring it about, both for yourselves and others. That is my promise. He then lets out a long breath. That's it. I ask you what to think on this, and let's reconvene along our journey to the summit. Volf returns towards the mountains, leaving you to consider what he said and plot the wagon's northward path. So yeah, there's the sort of little trick of the story. It's like, yeah, sure, you can get free, but what we're actually going to do in this game is free multiple people and sort of sort out a scenario where this, as in sort of the whole game, doesn't happen again. So, with that, beyond lies Mount Alodiel. I suggest we make camp here at the base of the mountain, for we shall need our spirits and our strength to make the ascent. Ta-da! Okay, ooh, we've got another challenge. The Beyond Crystal seeks Headwind. So, a visit from my favourite reader. What is the occasion? Headwind. Come on over, mate. You asked Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Headwind. Yeah, let's go. Hey, my friend, what's going on? Yup. Welcome to the orb. Just as you do. The apparition center appears and fastens a mask. Listen well, boy, you answer to me here. Understood? You are a fool. Do not talk back to me. Your reliance on your friends is such a burden upon them. Let's see what you can do without their aid. Save for that lovely reader there. Oh. I'm a lovely reader. Okay. Aha! What? Nope. Hold on. No! Luckily I've got the moon crest. Just have that. Peace out. in. No. Ah, no. Stay away. No, Mooncrest, I need you to activate. Yep. No, don't. No. Damn it. Peace out. No. No, you don't. Peace. No. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. There we go. Whoa. Restore my stamina here. Get in. I win. We did it. Seems you did. Indeed, boy. Your performance was sufficient and you passed my test. Yay. Give me Headwind's unique relic. Eh. Goals Bracer. Headwind power casts his aura with greater ease and gains unlimited stamina on hit for 2 seconds. Nice. Like. In that case. There you go, have that. Perfect. Right. Guess with that we discuss the plan. Oh no. No, there's apparently someone to speak to in here. Oh. Sandalwood. There you are, my kin. There was something I wanted to discuss with you in private. Alfred stares at you rather intently as if reaching out to you, and then... You know what it means to be a reader. Those such as we. We are not limited to reading pages from a book, though your ability in this I sense is nascent still, mere flashes, uncontrollable. I see, as well, now, that they haven't told you, yet. Your friends. And that explains a lot. They haven't told you readers such as you cannot go free. I had wondered why you would insist on pressing forward with this group in light of this. The answer, then, was plain. You simply did not know, or fully realize. They did not deceive you, by the way. There is no reason they would know, themselves, other than Tariq, who shall not influence your thinking in such matters. Rather, I had expected, when at first we met, that you already knew the truth of this from having read the passage in the Book of Rites, which states it plain. Only those who shall conduct the rites first hand shall walk the path towards enlightenment, and become eligible to regain their freedom. Perhaps you've not gotten to that part just yet. Valfrey breaks free from you and looks at you again. Then he speaks to you as normal. It is plain that you are not in adequate condition to conduct the rites, and this group values you as a reader. I wish only to ensure you understand what you are getting into here. Despite whatever hopes and dreams and promises might have been shared, I do not think the rites can help you to return, if that's what he had in mind. So, once again, I invite you to depart, and I will see to you that you are compensated. Do not misunderstand. If it's your wish to remain, then you're welcome. But this journey we are on, it has no guarantees. Not for you, nor for any one of us. Do you understand? Yeah, I kind of figured that out. You understand the words of warning, yet, just the same, you choose to carry on. There is more that you wish to achieve on this journey than freedom for yourself. I admire that, my kin. Then, very well. Know that we have much at stake here, in this, anyway. Much more than just a short game back into that Commonwealth which cast us down here, to begin with. Sounds like you intend to stick around. Then, we'll have lots of more time to chat as we ascend this sacred mountain in the coming days. Until then. He strides out of the wagon, leaving you with your fours. Well, did kind of have the idea that, for a reader at least, it was a one-way trip. For now. Earlier, Volfred called for a group meeting, presumably to reveal his plan in more detail. Instead, he reveals some bad news. Wait. What are you saying? What I'm saying, my boy, is that while you can indeed get yourself out of here, it can't be all of you at once. We earn our way back, one by one, or not at all. But I swore we would go free together. We may go free together yet, but it's going to take time, and this is only the first phase. You, Hedwyn, and the others exchange glances. Let me make this plainer for you still. Here's how the coming days are going to unfold. First, we're going to send Mount Elodial, there to the north. You may not think this wagon's fit for it, though rest assured, it's made the journey many times. Next, we'll pass through Scribe's Gate. Only the worthy pass through there, as your reader could attest, if they did not merely skim that chapter of the book. Afterwards, we will reach the Fall of Solium, and meet our adversaries in the right. They are to be the Tempers, led by the demon Ignarius. You'll know him when you see him. I guess we will. Both you and they shall choose someone from your respective ranks. Then, once one of the triumvirs prevails, there somebody will be whisked home to the Commonwealth. Whisked home to the Commonwealth? Precisely. Once returned, our somebody is taken in, and clothed, and fully pardoned. The Commonwealth knows all about this. The same Commonwealth that says a sentence into exile is forever and freedom from the downside is impossible? Many of these details the scribes themselves wish to be kept secret. Former exiles and leaders of the Commonwealth alike have good incentive to protect those secrets well. So, then, that's it. We climb the mountain, someone goes back, and everyone else stays. For most of those participating in the rites, yeah, that's it. But I like your connotation, and indeed for us, that isn't it at all. If one of us returns, it shall just be a step along our path. However, let's let that sit for now. Gather your strength, and we'll talk again on the way up. Volfred leaves the rest of you to consider what he said. Hey, vocations time! Well, it is all about... gaining more reader's influence, I think. In particular, more hope. So we'll do that. There we go. And let's continue the journey. To Mount Elodial. Where are we? Oh, there we are. Just taking a nice little trip. It's all good. Here, before you lies Mount Elodial, stretching far beyond your line of sight. Somewhere upon this mountain lies the only place from which you can escape the downside. Your companions gather around again before Volfred, who stands tall as ever. Whether from the cold air or the subject now at hand, you sense a tension in the air. Now then, you all have many questions now. I've done a lot of talking. So, go on, ask away. But there is only silence. One question stands out in your mind, which you refrain from asking yet. If only one of you is to go free at first, who shall it be? Come on now, don't be shy. Who first? Questions. Why us? Why you indeed, madam? That I can explain. You've seen the sort you stand against as adversaries in the right. What is it that they want, do you suppose? They want their freedom back, of course. They'll settle for it on the Commonwealth's own terms. They'll gain their freedom and some cushy new responsibilities. Perhaps then they'll have a hand in sending still more exiles here to join us. Think on it. The Commonwealth rose from the ashes of a fallen empire thanks to the efforts of the first exiles who escaped this place via the rites. It is the Commonwealth's first and proudest tradition to honour those ones who lived to redeem their transgressions. They have a certain wisdom, do they not? But as for you, I've been looking for a certain set of dispositions for a good length of time. All I needed was for somebody appropriate to show up and to listen. So, I planted many little eyes and ears throughout this land, whispering hints of this, absurd as it may sound. Took someone with a certain faith and creativity to go for it. That someone proved to be Hedwyn over there. He was tasked with seeking 2 trustworthy allies, an old buried wagon and a reader. He was invited to bring others for the ride, all different sorts, gather enough help, and he and his friends could be free. Long story, but you know much of the rest. So then, why you? Well, because I have reason to believe you're not the sort to play right back into the Commonwealth's old hand. The rights, have you seen, are quite exclusive. You are imposters in this little party. You could be the ones to break it up. Now then, more questions. Your head is beginning to spin. You can excuse yourself or keep listening. Oh, let's keep going. Volfred's explanations are a lot to take in, though you feel compelled to absorb as much of what he's willing to tell you at this point. He prompts for further questions when Judge Ariel raises her voice again. Hold. You mistook my meaning. I understand your plan. Still, I wish to know, why us? Why are we, among all others, chosen for this liberation rite? Ah, I see. Well, but that is simple really, madam. You were chosen. You were qualified, I should say, because, as the expression goes, 'tis what the scribes ordain, though in this case the expression is quite literally true. When the 8 created the rites, each one of them anointed certain other exiles to participate on their behalf, exiles who showed some promise of redemption. The triumvirates they formed have stood the test of time, replenishing their numbers as their individuals moved on or passed on. You've met them as they are today. The accusers, the withdrawn, and so on. The 8 scribes also formed a special group, against which all the others would be judged. That group they called the Nightwings. You bear their books, wear their masks and raiments. You need but show up to the rites, you see. The others erstwhile jockey for position for a chance to take you on. Yeah, well, what if we don't? What if we don't show up? Then, you would deny yourself a chance at freedom. And deny it also to your adversaries. Victory means nothing in a common right then. Participation is all that matters. Not so, madam. Only in the enlightened may regain their freedom. While failure can be an excellent teacher, the scribes do favour the victor. So, you see, those who do not conduct the rites, or do not prevail in them sufficiently, they might find themselves barred from the liberation rites. But these are technicalities. The Nightwings disbanded years ago. Since then, no one has gone free. Yet still the other triumvirates pressed on with fleeting hope that one day you'd be back. It's been a heavy price to pay in all of this. Now, if you'll excuse me, we'll talk again some other time. Some murmur to themselves about all this as Volfred takes his leave. Others, reconnoitre pathways. Recon. Pathways leading up to the mountain and present you with some options. Right, so we got Emperor's Ascent and Emperor's Fall. So some long lost values on Fall. Go with Emperor's Ascent, I think, we'll follow Ray. The blind beauty of Mount Elodiel, along with the thin air of this high above the sea, has seen enough to silence even the most talkative of your companions. However, Ray has been positively bursting with excitement. Isn't it wonderful? I think it really is, don't you? Tizo does not seem to share Ray's enthusiasm. He does not like the cold. You've been here before, Tizo, isn't that so? Why would you ever leave? I wouldn't leave. I'd stay. I'd think I'd stay. Unless maybe I got too cold or hungry. Wait, is that? Something about it changes then. Wait, look, but Tizo, don't you see? Look, don't you see them here? Tizo seems to be exclaiming something in utter disbelief. You yourself see nothing, but Ray rises almost off her feet as the imp looks on, astonished. Was that the scribes? It was. I know it was. They said something to me, they spoke to me, they told us we are welcome. that we're welcome here. Ray runs off to spread the word among all your companions. Strangely enough, her enthusiasm is infectious, and in spite of everything, your spirits rise. Sweet. Reduced banishment time for the rest of the for the next rite. So then we've got the Temple High Road. So Hedwyn expects to pass in Whim to see the view from here. We're going to follow Hedwyn because I'm going to be honest, I think he's going to be the choice. Or my first choice for the rite. You and Hedwyn walk in silence for some time as he conducts a customary survey of the area. Well, my friend, no sign of howlers, as Jody would say. No sign of anything at all. You sense something is troubling him. Oh, that... It's just... I've just been giving lots of thought to everything Volfred's told us. In another couple of days, one of us may be gone all of a sudden. Or... I don't mean to put it that way. One of us could go free. We earn our way back one by one, as he said. I want you to know something. The others and I, we talked it over, and when the time comes, we want you to decide. Decide who gets to go, if anyone. This might all be a part of Volfred's plan, but we got here thanks to you, and even though I'm worrying right now about us splitting up, I guess if Volfred has his way, all of us will meet up on the other side. And wouldn't that be a day? Worst case, we keep failing in the rites and be stuck down here together, just like this. The two of you walk on in silence for a time. When at last you return to the wagon, Hedwyn turns to you again. Thanks for the company. I think I'm better now. Hedwyn feels more prepared for the next rite. Oh, look at that. A little bit of enlightenment. Alright, well, hope we keep going. You and your companions gather at Scribe's Gate, where the single narrow trail to the summit narrows even more and falls under an archway carved of stone. Come along now, everyone, and be prepared to speak your mind when you are called. Frankly, most of you still lack enlightenment, but we may pass together, much how we acted with a single heart and mind during the rites. Well then, lead on, Tarek. Please, follow me. Removing his hat, the lone minstrel approaches the gate. You and all the others follow. When the last of your companions nears the arch, you notice someone standing high above, who then appears before you. She eyes the lone minstrel first. Is that you, Tarek? It is. Greetings, Celeste. And, how was your rest? Too long, Celeste. Seems your work has piled up in the meantime. You bring this many to the gate? Aye. Then, let us make this quick. She gestures towards the rest of you. Now, each of you in turn state who you are and what you seek whilst crossing the Scribe's Gate. Do as she says, please, without questioning. Your fellow exiles exchange glances but quickly comply. I'll start. They call me Hedwyn the Deserter. I've come here seeking freedom for myself and my companions. In my case, so I can return to be with the one whom I love. The woman bids him forward. The lone minstrel prompts Ruki to speak up next. I am regarded by the name of Ruki Greentail. I just want to get out of here, I guess, with my chums, preferably. Go see Mama back home. I am Captain Jodariel. I do not truly know as yet what I am seeking here. Oh, my name is Ray? And I am here, I think, because the scribes have called to me. It must be them, because if not, then who? Tizo seeks to live up to the Nightwing's legacy and maybe see the Commonwealth someday. Sir Gilman of the Sea Dominion at your service. This knight is on a quest to find his honour. He lost it at a certain point. Pamitha Thane. I'm only here because my sister's here. And as Volfred steps forward, the one called Celeste raises her voice. You. I recognize you from the Nightwings of the past. You are not clad in the raiments any longer. I would know why? I had my chance already. The Nightwings that now stand before you. I travel with them as a pilgrim now. I see. Then state why you are here, as of the others. My name is Volfred Sandalwood. I seek liberty for each of us, so that one day we all might stand shoulder to shoulder on the other side and bring our freedom to the people here. She waves him by. Then she turns to you, for there's no one left to go. Huh. I'm gonna say, well, yeah, I'm a crippled scholar. You have always sought to understand the world around you. That knowledge proved dangerous in the Commonwealth, but now it's brought you to this point. The one called Celeste continues to examine you, expecting you to add to your response. I wish to help my friends. The companions you have met here, who have helped you to survive and to find kinship in the downside. Your priority is to ensure they achieve their goals. That's all you wish, for now. The woman regards you for a time, then nods once, and waves all of you by. The 8 scribes bid the night wings welcome here. Go forth with glory. And, Tarek? Aye, Celeste? Be on your way as well. The lone minstrel bows his head and puts his hat back. He does not look back at her. Well, there we go. We've gone through the scribe's gate. So we're now at a giant book. From the top of Mount Alodiel, you can see the distant downside before you. You think on the many thousand leagues you've crossed to reach this point as the sky grows dim. Oh, page revealed, the mercy shown. Okay. Oh, hi, Jodariel. Hey, Riverfrost. Oh. Right. Here's our most recent page. The imp Harub and I, we helped to save my emperor. And when the danger did subside, my Empress Arlian Mur, he said something to me which shook me to the essence of my being. He said, "You gave your freedom, Master Galamphian." Or Master Galamphanian. There we go. So I yet may have mine. You, too, now, are an exile of the downside. In all the days which I have left, I can never repay the mercy you have shown me. So, if I cannot do so in this life, then I shall do it in the next. We crossed the land together, and, together with the imp, we gained the company of those who saw in him what I did. Huh. Cool. Right, Jodariel. Jodariel appears to be prepared for whatever is to come this night. Though it is not yet dark, she is already in her raiments. Hedwyn soon joins her, also looking ready. Any sign of Ruki? None of yet. Complained about chafing at the collar of his mask. Our freedom might be hinging on that collar then. I'm certain that it is. They share a laugh together. The 3 of you exchange glances, but nothing is said, or needs to be said. Soon, if Alfred is to be believed, one of your companions may regain his or her freedom. Hey, what did I miss? Am I late? Is it starting? Is it starting yet? Easy, Rookie. We got a little time. It isn't starting yet. How fares your struggles with your mask, Greentail? I'm feeling a lot better, thanks. Just had to smash it repeatedly against a wall for a little bit. Put some of the old nerves to bed there, for good measure. Though, this is really happening, huh? One of us might be getting out of here. Like, soon. By dawn, in fact, if all goes well. If all goes well? Well, that's one way to look at it, I guess. What are you getting at, Greentail? Well, it's just, we might be breaking up the band here, people, if one of us gets out. That's been bugging me for a while now. I thought we were all getting out of here at once. He shoots a look at you. Some of us, we might not be getting out of here at all. Hedwyn slams his fist against the wall. No, not if I can help it. We made a promise to each other, each of us, the 4 of us. We are all getting out of here. I care about the others too, I do. But we've been here from the start. I want you to know my promises to you, and I believe you all do the same for me. So it's like this, if anyone of us gets out, great, but it's just a start. We're going to do whatever it takes here, on the other side, to make it so the rest of us can get back too. What, you think they're going to build a bridge down here if we ask nice or something? I don't know what it's going to take. I just know we have to try. Jodariel turns to you. Reader, we shall find a way. She nods, to reassure you, and to reassure herself. Ruki nods his head in turn, and Hedwyn's gaze never once falters. Well, my friends, I think it's just about time. Let's go. One by one they turn towards the door. The fall of Solium awaits. A vital step in your quest for freedom, yet you feel in your heart that it shall only be the first. Hey, so the original 3 companions have also been given one hope. Hey guys, just so you're aware and all, I know how you're here, how come you made it all the way up here? I know, alright. You're here because I got the lowest prices and all the downside, am I right? And some of the new stuff I got in stock, you're going to take a lot of value there. An awful lot. What is this? Ah. Okay. Well, what I'm going to have is all this stardust. We'll do that. There we go. I guess while I'm here, so Headwind, I mean, he's going to be fine there for now. Who else are we looking at here? So basically, I've got to use the classic 3, haven't I? I have to. Yeah, thanks Falcon Ron. Right, let's do it. Let's commence the liberation rites. Is everyone prepared, Headwind? Yes, though. Several of us have another question that's been troubling us. You need but ask. You said that one of us is going to return to the Commonwealth if we defeat the Tempers in the rites this night. What happens if we fail? Headwind, my boy, don't you see? The path to freedom and the path to enlightenment are one and the same. Do you intend to stray from the path? No. Then, you have nothing to fear. But let me be much more upfront with you. Should you be defeated by the Tempers this night, then one of them shall end up going free instead of one of you. It's as simple as that. What then is to be done? The very same as if we achieve victory, we await our next such opportunity and make the most of it. Tonight, our plan is set in motion. The plan's current probability of success, 19%. Jesus. We are united in our cause. We shall look as ever towards the stars for guidance and seize upon our future chances just as they arise. So, look up, my boy, and set aside your doubts. It is time to take great strides along the path. Well, here it comes. Our first boss fight, effectively. Thanks, game.
Many years have passed since last the Nightwings gained the summit of the sacred mountain and stood upon the fall of Solium. You are to be commended for your guidance, reader.
Oh, thank you.
But only if you can prevail in this liberation rite.
Oh.
Here you stand to gain much more than some enlightenment. Your adversaries are none other than the Tempers. I trust they need no introduction.
I mean, you could introduce them.
One among you shall regain their freedom.
Pyres burn and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Sorry, I couldn't help myself there. Then, anointed one of the Tempers, come forth now and declare yourself and pay any respect you have unto your adversaries, the Nightwings. A massive demon swaggers into view. He reaches for his mask. You know who I am already. But look at what we got here. The damn Nightwings decide to show up. Almost figured we were never going to see the day again. He takes notice of someone in your ranks. Hey, you! He indicates to Jariel. She scoffs back at him. There's the mask. I ain't seen one of our own in ages, not in these damned robes. Jadariel's hesitation is almost imperceptible before she moves to remove her mask, just as her adversary asked. Satisfied? Whoa, you must be new. Jadariel soon puts her mask back on. Enough talk. I like you, curly horns. Tell you what, once we put out your lies, you come along with these guys. We're gonna have a spot open. Only shame is I ain't gonna be around to show you a good time. I would rather cut out my tongue. Oh, you don't mean that. Our kind. We ought to stay together. Now, come on. Ignorius throws his mask back on as his allies snarl at the rest of you. Oh. Okay, so he's got something that means that when he scores, he removes an extra 30 from the... Oh, dear me. Reader, this is it. The first companion whom you choose shall be anointed. The other two shall lend their aid. As you may know, only the most enlightened in the rites are eligible to go free. Not all among you may be ready yet. Now, Nightwings, I would have your decision.
Who most deserves their freedom?
Well, so it looks like you need to be at a minimum of Enlightenment 3. So I'm going to anoint Edwin. If you insist. Then the Gate Guardian looks up. Yeah, very well. Okay, cool. So now I can choose anyone else. I think I really do want, like, sort of a speed team. So I'm going to choose Tizo. And Rookie.
It is done.
Yeah, very well. The 8 scribes accept your choices, Reader of the Nightwings. Should then indicate to the Lone Minstrel. Now, are you yourself prepared, Tarek? Aye, Celeste. Then let us begin. Nightwings, been waiting an awful long time to get out of this hole. Try and stop me. Here we go.
Commence.
Oh. Peace out. Oh, right. Okay, it's not that he's dealt more damage to the thing, it's just increased the... Peace. That's a glory dive. Right, it's down to 90. It's all about. In we go. Down to 70. Come on, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Wee-hee. Peace. You good for nothing Nightwings. Skip out on us for years and years and then show up all of a sudden like you're gonna let somebody out for once. But now we gotta work for it, I guess. Damn it. I used to be the best. At least at this. This at least, but now the pressures are getting to me. Can't believe it's getting to me. Moira, I doubt you'd even recognize me anyway. Come on, Nightwings. Let's see you keep this up. Is that supposed to be like a case of trying to make me feel like guilt for him? Need to go around the side here. Whoop. I think I'm gonna pass this. Oh, no. Just get it to Tizo, I think, and it's a lot of... Only get 15 on that, but still, got 35 to go. Oh, this is a bit of an open map. Peace. Okay, 15 to go. Nope, nope, that was bad. That was bad. And done. We freed our first.
Wings proved their worth. As for their adversaries, they did not.
No.
Thus ends the liberation rite. And thus the scribes have chosen the exile appointed by the Nightwings shall be free, absolved of all misdeeds, return to glory in the Commonwealth. His adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
Oh, thanks. Oh, what a joke. We should have had this. You should have had this. Got all rusty. You've been waiting so damn long. Damn it. Damn it. Nightwings. Be seeing you around, I guess. And next time, you ain't gonna be so lucky. And here it is. We did it. Then, I guess that means I have to go. I broke my vow to them, that we would all go free, together. Reader, my friend, why would you do this? Will you ever forgive me? Vicini, wait for me. Wait for me. Oh, have I made a wrong choice here, or have I made a quote-unquote wrong choice? You remain silent for a moment longer, then listen to me, all of you. I will not forget this. If there is anything at all that I can do back on the other side to help the rest of you, then I am going to find it, and I am going to do it. And, at the very least, I will do everything I can to make sure that by the time more of you come and join me back at home, that it will be a better place for all of us. Look, I don't have long now, so just thank you. All of you. I won't forget this. Then, he plunges out of sight into the shimmer pool. His voice is audible but growing faint. It's happening. Goodbye, my friends, reader, everyone. Goodbye, until we see each other. Hedwyn earned back his freedom.
Godspeed, Hedwyn. The 8 scribes are ever merciful. By their grace, the cycle of the rites may soon commence again.
Yeah. Everyone else, however, is going to get some stuff.
May the scribes have mercy on us all.
Yes. After your victory over the Tempers in the Liberation Rite, you return to your wagon to decide how to proceed from here. I'm gonna miss that guy. It is quieter now, but I will see Hedwyn again if we persevere. Our journey's now begun in earnest. We'll just need to make a few last preparations while we're here. Wait, what about the stars? They don't seem to wait around for us. About that, reader, go see for yourself. The night sky over Mount Elodial is much darker than you would have expected. Your thoughts are with Hedwyn as you look towards the heavens. Okay. What? The point? Right, they're all our stars. You search and search the sky. I thought as much, but in vain. No stars are shining now. The stars revealed nothing, did they not? You confirm his suspicions. It's as the book foretells. This is the chance we need to make ready for what lies ahead. There's a haven south of here that we'll travel to at dawn, and when the stars decide to shine for us again, we'll be ready. Mark my words. Oh. Fair enough. Oh, hi Volfred. You might as well tell us more information. Following Hedwyn's liberation, you find Volfred smoking his pipe, his eyes averted. He looks up and smiles at you as you approach. Hello, my kin. Excellent work back there. Thank you for your perseverance. Though, I was just reflecting on how very fortunate I have been in all of this. Not just me, but really all of us who had the chance to stand with Hedwyn here. Ours is, admittedly, a somewhat desperate plan. Hey, the plan's current probability of success has now gone up. So Volfred's ambitious plot to spark a revolution in the Commonwealth as peacefully as possible. So taking someone like Hedwyn, whose crime, and really only crime, was to run away from the fight. That's fine. So I'd need to be looking at other people in my group and sort of determining who would provide a peaceful revolution. So it was vital to me, should the Nightwings rise again, that it be under proper care and guidance. I was just thinking about how well Hedwyn served in that capacity. Whatever is to be the outcome of all this, no doubt his presence shall be missed. My agents and I We were unsure of him at first. A common boy like that, completely unacquainted with the rights. But, in the end, I felt that he was worth a shot. Someone like him. Sincere. Determined. With loyal friends, and desperate to get home. Those qualities spoke volumes. Then he falls silent for a time. I have every faith that he shall strive on our behalf, now, in the Commonwealth. And it is my hope that he yet finds the one he sought. You and Volfred speak little more of Hedwyn for now. You are left wondering what shall become of him in the Commonwealth. Yeah. Right. I'm going to go and continue the journey. Oh. Good morning, my kin. The place I noted earlier. Let me illuminate the way. Okay, to the Moonlight Alcove. Volfred indicates you can await the next cycle of the rites here. Okay. So back down the mountain slightly. Volfred leads you all into a calm and quiet clearing. I'm back, don't worry, I'm here now. Ah, okay. Hedwyn, your trip to the Commonwealth didn't happen then. Tucked away inside one of the mountain's hidden vaults, all about you see a variety of strange items and equipment. Ah, okay. Oh, hi Volfred, again. You find Volfred seemingly lost in thought, but then he turns to you. Greetings, reader. This wagon and I, we've many memories together, and I could not help reliving some of them just now. I suppose some aspects of my past may be of relevance to you, given your role. If there is something you wish to know, you need but ask. I'm going to ask what he did to earn his sentence. You asked Volfred about his past in the Commonwealth and how it is he came to be in the downside. How rather forward of you, my kin. Most whom I have met during my travels have been reluctant to approach the subject of one's history before one's exile. Nonetheless, I am happy to tell you. As a reader, I assume you are familiar with the stamping press. Ah, I owned and operated one. I took issue with the Commonwealth, the ban on literacy, the interminable wars against the high-wing remnants. I spread the truth about it all with my machine. Under pseudonym, of course. Still, I knew I was putting myself at risk, and sure enough, my stamping press was eventually discovered and burned to the ground. I, however, managed to elude capture for a while. But not for long enough. Here, in the downside, I chanced upon the Nightwings, who were searching for a reader. In that respect, my past, I think, is similar to yours. Anyway, that's the long and short of it. Now then, was there anything else? Well, that's why the Nightwings disbanded. You express interest in knowing more of how the Nightwings came to be here and Volfred's past connection to the group. I've been connected to the Nightwings almost since the beginning of my days in exile. They found me, in a manner as I understand quite like how Hedwyn and the others found you. Back then, it was a smaller group than we have now. I joined an exile named Erisa, and another known as Orelek. Okay. Once in a while, we let little Tizo stand with us as well. He's rather older than he looks. The other triumvirates we stood against, they feared us. Only the Tempers presented any threat to us in any given reign. But there was a terrible accident. Erisa. We lost her. And Orelek, he was my friend. He fell from Mount Elodial. We lost him as well, on the night when he was to be free. We were reckless, hasty, and I was powerless to stop any of it. I blamed the rights themselves, the circumstances that put us into danger. The downsiders claimed many lives, yet this, it was too much. I vowed never again to don the mask and raiments. I had the black wagon cleared and buried, such that it could not be used again. If the Nightwings would rise again, it would be under different circumstances, under new leadership, and towards a different purpose. That is all I wish to say of this, my kin. Okay, and what we will do is we'll ask about the Lone Minstrel after a short break. So I'll be back in 3 minutes. Take a stand, have a bio break, do all that business. And then we'll get ready for the next cycle. So we'll see you in 3 or so. Okay. Back for a little bit more time, maybe a rite or two. So, we've discussed these two things. So now, time to ask how he knows the Lone Minstrel. You ask Volfrid about his history with the Lone Minstrel, whom he seems to know quite well. Tarek was there with the Nightwings when he took me on. His manner has always been as much as you've seen, although he is somewhat more cheerful now than I recall back then, if you can believe that. I think our plan has sparked a little fire in him. He serves the Rights and the Nightwings. I've tried to ask him of his past before, but he seems rather reluctant to speak of it. Though, it is plain that he's not from around here. This being the downside, I respect his wishes for some privacy. Nonetheless, although I do not know too much of him, I count him as a friend. I lost track of him for some time, though it was he who first informed me that the Nightwings had returned. He and Tiza were instrumental in our meeting. It's been good to see him doing relatively well. Anyway, was there anything else you wish to talk about for now? No, I think we've asked everything. You thank Volfrid for his time and bid him a good rest of the afternoon. Likewise to you, reader. Be well. So, really need to sort of look at stuff here. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why Jadariel's there, but she is also a soldier. I don't know about peaceful stuff on there. Ruki, is the same. So there's the past she was moon-touched. The Commonwealth never did know how to handle those who did not fit neatly into its mould. Okay. Then we know, obviously, he's a drive imp. Sir Gilman, yeah, passed as a worm knight. Don't know why he was exiled. His exile seems to be self-imposed. Huh. And then Pamifer. I mean, as a Talon, a member of the people against the Commonwealth, she's going to be one of those. But both sisters are down here, so maybe we'll learn more about them. But it's time to bide our time. Everyone, the amenities are modest here at the Moonlight Alcove, but I suggest you get comfortable. We may be here for some time. As for myself, I have some business to attend to. Please leave the wagon in my care for now. It shall be ready when you need it next. From the mountaintop, you can see all across the downside. Its impossible expanse staring back at you. The thought occurs to you that you may never see another land beside it. And so, you and your companions wait upon the mountaintop in quiet solitude, anticipating when the cycle of the rites begins to turn again. Then, you shall have another opportunity to free one of your own. You may earn back their freedom one by one. Many moons pass. Then, one evening... May I have a moment, reader? The Lone Minstrel finds you poring over the Book of Rites, as has been your leaning through your stay at this abode. Begging your pardon, but there is something you may wish to see. Please, follow me. You follow him into the cold night. Look forth, reader. The stars shine like you have never seen. Once more, the path towards salvation is revealed, but now, something is different. Whoa, okay, there is a... Each prior time you search the stars, they show to you a single path, but now several rites availed themselves to you at once. Ah. So, we can either do Trieste again. So the silver star burns bright over the nest of Trieste. Barker is already on his way. I like that. Your record against them is 1 and 0. And then who else did we have? We had Hawub, the Midnight Star. So as we go, that was the Accusers. They were the first set. Were they not? Yeah, and then we could go for the Pyre Hearts. But I'm going to go and take on the Pyre Hearts first. Stars urge that we go to the spring of Joma, a long way off. Alfred, sir, are we to reach the spring of Joma in due course of time? You know full well, Tarek. Preparations are complete. You think you see the lone minstrel smile, ever faintly, but cannot be sure. Please ask the others to gather their belongings, rest, and then assemble at the wagon there at dawn. We shall be departing at that time. As you will, sir. The cycle begins anew. As the years advanced, you'll find there ought to be fewer rites this time, until once more we are to traverse Scribe's Gate. Exactly how many it is difficult to say, but our next chance at liberty ought present itself much sooner than before, so let's be ready for it. Now, then, let's see you in the morning, reader. Your companions have not travelled far from Moonlight Alcove. Word of the news soon spread throughout the group. Alright, let's continue the journey. Next morning, Volfred calls everyone together before the Black Wagon. This old wagon is more than it appears. With Birdfruit's aid, it escorted you across the sea, to me. Now, it shall escort us anywhere the stars requires. Come and see. What's it going to do? Fly? Something's changed about the wagon's interior. What looked before to be old cracks and signs of age now expose various intricate components once hidden from view. You are the Nightwings. You should travel in their customary way. He turns to you, indicating levers and devices marked with symbols from the book. Now, reader, whenever you're ready, you may take us up. I'll show you how. And, everyone else, hang on to something. Yeah, we're flying. Having soared into the sky, the black wagon remains aloft somehow. Never thought I'd soar like this again. Hey, now we're talking. Tizo is excited to be flying again. You get the impression this may not be the first time for him. The Nightwings sail the sky again, wheresoever the stars may call for them. There is one catch. The downside provides few locales suitable for landing, though we should be able to at least find a couple of landing places near to where we're going. We'll then make our way by land or sea towards our destination. Now, without further ado, let us proceed. Hey! Sail! Yeah! We can boost. Ooh, what's this all about? How dare you, you Nightwing scum! You blasted fools, you cannot intimidate the Accursers. We shall face you soon enough in a forthcoming ride, but first we have another pack of fools whom we must vanquish shortly. Until then, stay out of our way. Wow, alright. Git. Something about the strange island you see below draws your attention. Best to avert your gaze from the eye of Kelmer. Even the scribes themselves fought to avoid the place. Let us fly on. Hey! Oi! What the bloody blazes? Barker notices your wagon at his flank there and begins to laugh. Well, if it isn't the Nightwings flaunting their fancy little flying wagon, eh? You think you're better than us, mates, eh? Pah, you ain't better than the dung guy stepped in last night. Now, get on out of here or I have a mind to leap on over there and rip your gizzards out, you hear me? Gizzards even. Alright. Yeah, I know these places. And look, there's Fall Flat. There's the glue hive. And that's the place where we can land. Spring of Joma has always flown forth from the crushed carapace of Lampheus. The legend of whose demise is a rather sordid tale. Perhaps you've already read it in the book. Not all believe the book exists, of course, nor the greater titans, nor the rites. I have encountered exiles believing that this titan perished quite by accident, rather than by a cunning trap laid for it by Joma Menime. They took the titan for a common beast. Perhaps the stars shine down upon out-of-the-way locales such as this one to ensure that they alone shall witness the proceedings. Ah, okay, so we learned a bit of information. I'm actually going to land here. I want to get these vocations sorted. You touch down in the heart of Jomo Valley, where you first face the Fates and the Dissidents. You briefly wonder where they might be and how they fare. You join your companions for a routine inspection of the wagon following its flight. Tizo confirms the wagon's wheels withstood the shifting temperature and appear to still be in reasonable shape. Jodariel managed to calm some of the drive imps prone to dizziness or frenzy at high altitudes. Other than that, everything checks out, and the rest of the crew got through the flight without complaint. You now have a little time before having to set forth by land. So, the Beyond the Crystal seats Tizo. Okay. There's stuff just flying around. Oh, look at this. It just flies, fair enough. There's this. Here. What information have we got in the book now? Holy hell. So we've done. So yeah, we've gone through all this. And that was the mercy shown. Then we look at chapter 2, which is just living in exile. Ah. Once I too roamed free. I remember well those days in which I was called chief. I travelled around the world on my 4 good paws, and I was well adored. I wanted to grow stronger. Here, at last, I have. I shall not mince my words. This place shall either harden you or kill you. It shall haunt you with old memories. You share the exile's plight. My charge is to alleviate the sting of it for you for a little bit, and to prolong your stay, but only for as long as needed. Your charge is to return. We call this place a downside for a reason, but in time, here you can learn how to eat. You can learn to eat, to seek out shelter, and to find a certain beauty in unlikely places. Oh, cool. And then we got something about. God, there's so many pages. So yeah, there's various chapters of landmarks, and there's basically loads of lore here, which extends on like the massive visual novel. But where did Gilman come from? So Gilman is shivering there after the Black Wagon's maiden voyage through the skies. Master Reader, this knight is very slightly out of sorts is all. He merely appears terrified, but he assures you that his seeming cowardice is but an optical illusion in this case. Permafoot overhears and joins you. Flying's not for everyone, Sir Knight. This knight heartily concurs, though how anyone at all can stand it he has yet to understand. Well, let's see. What's it like to swim the waters of the Sea Dominion? Ah, those glorious murky waters, engulfed in hideous warfare to be sure, but otherwise a joy to cut across, to feel the coolness of the waves beneath one's gill slits and the like. Though this knight is now accustomed to his life above the surface. Flying's just the same, Sir Knight. It resists those of us not born to it. I, in turn, have wondered what your seas are like, but the thought of swimming fills me with disgust. Though, I haven't had to swim, and you now have to fly. That's very brave of you, and you handled it better than some harp fledglings I've met in my day. You'll get used to it. She departs, but you sense Sir Gilman is feeling better after the exchange. Like, could put Gilman in for the next rite here at this rate. What's this up here? Oh. Hello. Anyway, Tizo's got a rite. Let's request Tizo for a scribe trial. Come on, Tizo. You ask Sandra to administer one of her special rites for Tizo. Tizo soon appears and heeded the summons. Tizo seems to be prepared for whatever lies ahead. Hee. How do we sort out Tizo for this? Listen well, imp, you answer to me here. Tizo indicates his understanding and is prepared to begin Sandra's trial. You know the formalities, of course. Show me then what you have learned thus far about the rites. Here, in this trial, it shall be just you, my Beyonders, and your lovely reader. Let us now see how you fare. Okay, so we're facing... well, this is like 3 headwinds. Well, hey! Peace! Get in. Whoop. Peace. Let's go again. To do better than that, come on. Next. 5 to go. Rip. Whoop. Ah, run. Easy. Easy mode. It's done. Tizo wins. Tizo was the best. Tizo is explaining how Tizo was the best there. One sec. Need to translate. Tizo waits excited to have completed Sandra's challenge and awaits her approval. A worthwhile effort, Imp. Your performance was sufficient and you passed my test. Your predecessor may well have approved. Thus, congratulations are in order. To you and to your lovely reader. Now, farewell. Predecessor. Howoob? Look, basically, we got something nice for Tizo. Oop, you take a closer look at the new artifact in your possession. Howooob's wing. Ah, Tizo's flutter and zip abilities cost less stamina than usual. Let's accept the reward. In fact, let's put this on. Tizo. Yeah, you get 5 quickness, but how about Howooob's wing? If I was to try and level this up as well. Oh, half the stamina. Yeah, boy. Tizo, you are sorted, my little imp friend. And it means someone else can use the quickness stuff. Like maybe Pamifer at that point. Until we get someone else. So, let's pass the time with some vocations. A foreboding feeling stuck with you since your arrival in the stark badlands of Fall Flat. Some of it spreads to others in the group. This is a horrid place. Ugh, tomorrow can't come soon enough. Yay, vocations. Let's go. Right, so all we've got left is presence, because once we do presence we can upgrade glory. So we've got some tenacity. Let's continue our journey. To the spring of Joma. Get in. Ah. Yep, so we're now learning stuff about the other things. Hey guys, coming in. Say now, whatever happened to that smiley headwind guy? Did he really get out of here like I've been hearing, or what? The answer is yes. What's that? Okay. But I guess at this point, if this is only usable by headwind, this is basically money. Which then gives us the ability to use more Stardust. Checking for other talismans. And, you know, I'm going to sell the Moon Crest. Because we're not really needing it anymore. In terms of someone like this talisman though. Because who really going to be looking at using Tizo? But then, someone who's got a lot of enlightenment to go up. I'm actually thinking of taking that off. For the next rite at least. Putting Tailwind Crest on Jadariel. And actually giving her some speed. Turn this to 6 quickness. Can we turn this further? No. At least not now. But we can keep hold of it, so it's all fine. Either way, we're done. We're done there. Bye, Falcon Rom. don't get your stuff. Oh, it's Tizo, even. You observe Tizo rummaging about the black wagon, as though in search of something. Oh, S on Nami, right. You're confusing me about your League of Legends in the middle of my pyre. You observe Tizo rummaging about the black wagon, as though in search of something. He notices you there and rushes up to greet you. Tizo is glad you are here. He was just reminiscing about old times. But, just as quickly, he resumes his search. Tizo was looking for something a former exile of the Nightwings once gave him. He's grown frustrated that the object he seeks is nowhere to be found. You almost don't notice the lone minstrel's approach. I'm afraid that it is gone, Tizo. I am very sorry. Reader, it is nothing that ought to be the cause for much concern, merely that Tizo has misplaced something of sentimental value to it. It was just a spare bandage, he indicates, exactly like the one on his horn. Tizo here has had many adventures with the Nightwings. Is that not so, Tizo? He squawks in approval. Yeah, I know you do. These memories shall always stay with you. It is not what matters most of all. He confirms this as well. Then, please do not worry about yourself. Do not worry yourself about it anymore. It is as simple of a distant past. Besides, Tizo skulks away up into the rafters. The lone minstrel watches him go. That object he seeks does not exist, reader. Tizo searches for it from a fleeting memory of his days with the Nightwings of the past. He performed the regular duties of overdrive imps at first, but he soon distinguished himself. I was none too surprised. He was clearly special. He had grown close with the other members of the Nightwings when misfortune fell, and the triumvirate fell apart. Perhaps Volfred has revealed to you more of the details. As for Tizo, I feel he must make peace with the shadows of his past somehow. Perhaps, then, he shall cease searching. You need not worry for him, of course. He is resilient, and shall always serve the Nightwings well. You might say that he was born for it. Begging your pardon, reader. The lone minstrel excuses himself in his polite way, leaving you to consider what he said. Ah. Tizo has a biography update. So all this is not applicable, but yeah. See, Volfred's plan, you know. Yeah, so now, according to this, Vidariel has more quickness than Tizo now. That'll be fine. For it's time to commence the rite. Everything is set for the rite to commence, and all is quiet amid the dusty wastes at the spring of Joma. All that's left to do is wait for nightfall to set it. You observe Sir Gilman sliding back and forth. You sense something is weighing on his mind. This night is not a night at all. This knight betrayed his former commander, abandoned his brethren of the Sea Dominion. But what is knighthood even? What is knighthood if it means having to follow such a craven as that Sir Deluge? Cease this nonsense, Gilman. Focus on the right. Focus on the right. Focus on the right. He notices you finally. Oh, Master Reader, this knight did not see you there just now. Such was his preoccupation with the task at hand. Know that this knight stands prepared. He has no misgivings whatsoever when it comes to battling his ex-triumvirate. Please consider letting this knight participate, for he has honour to restore. Then, a glimmering within the sky draws your and his attention. It is time to set up the rite. Let's go.
Reader, ever persevering, aren't we?
Yes.
Well then, rejoice, because the cycle of the rites begins anew.
Yeah, boy.
Perhaps you'll liberate another soon enough.
Well, that's the hope.
Your chosen adversaries here shall be the Pyre Hearts.
Yeah.
Reduce their flame to ash, just as you did when last you met. Now, who exactly shall oppose them?
Well, Yeoman, still not abandoning you from your friends like all your other duties and responsibilities. Sir Deluge wrestles with his mask for a time. This night is most surprising. You have the courage to even show yourself. You speak of courage, Sir Deluge, but this knight has little else to say to the likes of you. That figures, Gilman. You are no knight at all. You're a teensy minnow swimming in a sea of minnows many, many times your size, and with much more honour too. Then something comes over Sir Gilman. But just as soon, it fades. Sir Gilman slinks away. Disgraceful. You Nightwings. You are stupid to even have taken that one in. And you are no good at the right. And another thing, we do not fear you. Yeah, well. This knight's companions have grown so much stronger than since we dumped that worthless Sir Gilman. You sense Sir Deluge speaks the truth. The Pyre hearts seem more capable than before. Ah, each time you get face a triumvirate, they gain talismans and masteries. Okay.
Who shall strive for freedom?
So, let's actually have a look on here. So, Deluge now has Vengeful Vow. If the bearer is vanished, an ensuing blast can banish adversaries in a radius. Okay. Yeah. And then, Lady Seagrass has the Tailwind Crest. Lady Shelley doesn't have anything, but all of them, okay. They've basically got the ability to, if they banish one of us, sort out another one. Okay. However, I've got this. Right, Jadariel, get in. Gilman, because he wanted to be in.
Sir Gilman.
And then we'll bring in Tizo.
Tizo. The choice is cast.
Tizo is prepared to defend the honour of Sir Gilman against his ex-triumvirate. Oh, Tizo, how nice. The Nightwings, show this knight how you defend the honour of that miserable minnow whom you harbour. On guard! Right, well, we beat him last time. We beat him, like...
Commence.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Come on, Gilman. Peace out.
A favorable start.
Here we go, that's 15. Whoops, nope. Nope.
That one almost got through.
Whee. There you go.
The fire of resolve.
Probably go in with Jadariel. Yep. Get in. Considering there's 30. And solving that quickness problem.
Now toward their flames.
Peace? Nope. Not peace. Uh-oh. Oh well. I get Jadariel back. It's fine. We're good. Peace. Oh no. No.
Braver than expected act from
Sir Gilman must end this. Well, maybe.
There goes the orb.
Peace. See ya.
Glory.
25 to go. Another most inglorious defeat is imminent. This knight can feel it in his bone. In his bone. Peace. No.
How sad for that one there.
Peace out. Get in.
Sublime.
Oh, 10 left. Unfortunately, I've put Sir Gilman. Ah, no. He can't end it.
Oh, you poor Nightwings.
Oh, no.
Banished. Unfortunate.
Okay, you might be able to end it, provided we don't fuck up.
close call there, no?
No? Get in.
And it is done. The Night Wings prevail. A rite conducted with aplomb.
Oh no, night conducted with an orb.
The rite is done.
The rite is indeed done. Gosh, Gilman, you were a fool to abandon us, and now you only twist the dagger in our backs. You still don't seem to understand, Sir Deluge. This knight is no longer beholden to the likes of you. This knight is bound only by the path towards enlightenment. Your words ring false. You are unfit to lead. Shut up. You would know exactly where you are, Gilman. You called this knight a craven. Yet your courage is a mere facade, and everybody knows, this knight shall see to it. Sir Gilman does not respond, although you sense the words of Sir Deluge got to him. Anyway, Jadariel has gained experience behind her head. Okay, Tizo, well done. Gilman. There you go, have some inspiration. It's all good.
Until the stars align.
Indeed. Goodbye, Scribeman. You return to the wagon after you and your fellow exiles defeat the Pyre Hearts again, and find Volfred waiting for you there. Well done back there, my kin. You are serving your companions well. Now, then, I have something that I wish to share with you if you have a moment. We have discussed the plan, which is now 28%, of which we are all a part. I have a means of measuring our progress towards the goal of it. I'd like for you to have a look at it. First, let's determine where the rites may take us next. Look forth. I expect you shall again see several shining stars where you once saw but one. Yeah? Okay. Still, Gilman, it's hard not to love him. So now we have Orez and Melif. Several shining stars, a trick of the eye or the will of the scribes? Who can say? I, too, once gained this newfound vision many, many years ago, following my first liberation rite, and I believe only we of the Nightwings have this gift. I realise that, in choosing whom the Nightwings confront in each rite, we, in turn, influence which triumvirate we face when the time comes for someone to be set free. The object I invite you to use contains further detail. Henceforth you may use Volfred's planner to see your current progress. Okay. Using Volfred's planner, you may assess your progress towards your ultimate goal as well as check the current standings of your adversaries. Volfred shall keep this information up to date for the remainder of your quest. You may look over it now or any time in the Black Wagon or while searching the stars. So, currently at this point, we'd be facing the Fate. I love this. Once known for their spirit and bravery, now a craven laughingstock. And we don't know how many rights are available until the next liberation, just that it happens. Additional exiles required. 1. Ah yes, because we need to keep having 1 for every mask. So currently at the rate of this, so we destroyed the Pyre Hearts, absolutely destroyed them. And we'd be facing either... Well, we'd either be facing the Fate right there, or we could face the Essence, and then it's the Dissidents are still in there. And then it's the, like I said, the Triumvirate with the highest favour is poised to take on the Nightwings in the next Liberation fight. So if we don't want to take on the Fate, we'd prefer to face them now. So reduce their favour. Because I feel I'd like to take on someone like the Accusers. The Tempers are absolutely not. Sort of a thing. Yeah, so let's take on the Fate. which means we'd be heading to Melif. The next episode is to be The Fate, headed by Dalbert Oldheart and his son. They show unyielding respect to a tradition which shows them no love. He then shares with you details of what details he attained of your next adversaries. Dalbert Oldheart, an adversary who showed you respect and even generosity. Despite his advanced age, he also made for a formidable opponent, he and his son. The so-called Alma the Helpless, ever present at his father's side. He was abandoned as an infant before Dalbert found him and raised him as his own. Dalbert taught his son everything he knew of his cultural heritage, as a descendant of one of the Alpha Chiefs thought to be descended from Joma Manymane himself. However, his more vocal attempts to preserve old Kerr traditions in the Commonwealth often fell on deaf ears, or even roused the anger of officials. One day, he insisted on celebrating Fang Song. Against the wishes of his family. His family's caution was well founded in this case, and he was taken into custody. As for Alma, as his father was led away, he put up enough of a fight to where he wound up sharing his father's cell, and soon enough his sentence. In the downside, their faith brought them in contact with a pack of spiritual curs residing in Joma Valley. In the time, they became acquainted with the rites and helped revitalise the long-struggling triumvirate known as the Fate. They've since struggled on, at times flirting with freedom, though seldom getting within striking distance. Yet, still, they long to find a way to return to their ancestral home and family. Should they succeed in all of this, only one of them would be returned. They must know that by now. Either way, you shall see them again soon. Please rest yourself for now, while dark of night remains. You bid the lone minstrel a good evening. It is too late to take flight, so you make plans to rise at dawn to continue your travels. Oh, hi. Hi, Gilman. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's Volford's plan. That's what it looks like. Got it. So Gilman is in a contemplative mood. He's been rather quiet, or at least more than usual, ever since his confrontation with Sir Deluge. He notices you there and slides forth in a solemn manner. This night, he knows what he shall do now, when all of this is over, Master Reader. We Worm Knights, we're all born and raised to prove ourselves superior to all the other billions of our kind, to lead our lives, however short, with glory. From the moment we shove past our wormling brethren in their egg sacs to the very end, we are conditioned to excel, to prevail at all costs. This relentless pursuit of glory, of fame, of self-worth, it leads most of this knight's kind to an early doom. Or in the case of Sir Deluge, it leads to a life of falsehood. A life of low deceit, abusing one's fellow worm knights, shirking one's responsibility, living in constant fear. This knight cannot abide his former commander, yet pities him. There must be more to honour than to lead a life engulfed in endless conflict. Then he looks at you intently. This knight shall ever seek that honour out, when all of this is ended, Master Reader. Thus he vows to you, and he is ever grateful that your guidance led him to this new awakening. But until such time, this knight is duty-bound unto the Nightwings. This, the fulfilment of our plan, as a reminder, 28%, and our pursuit to freedom is to be his final quest. For what awaits him afterwards is no mere quest. The honour that this knight has sought, it cannot be fully achieved through knighthood, can it? It requires something more. I trust you understand. He slithers off, his head held high, though not merely in pride. Something has changed in him. Sir Gilman has gained 2 presents permanently. Nice. Very nice. I feel that we need to keep hold of him at some point, though. I mean, his enlightenment is low at this point anyway, so I'd feel he would be staying in the group. I really need to sort out Ray, I think. And we could look at that in the next right, but I think that would be next week's show. But we will continue the journey. We have about another 5-10 minutes to go. So let's take off. Okay. The gloom hangs thick above the pit of Melif and all around it. You are brave to seek your adversaries here again, reader. Many in the downside believe it to be nothing more than a foul den. They take the tales of ill... oh yeah. You just lack astral borns of your mythology, embellished through retelling over time. You have met others, such as Witch Ulmida, who believe otherwise, though, whichever their beliefs, I know of none who would go near the place unless the stars demanded it. Thus your coming right against the fate take place in complete secrecy as the rites have. Right, so what have we got? So we've got Cold Moat, morbid yet potentially lucrative task. Plaguemont, Sir Gilman believes the conditions here are right to train in the ways of the Sea Dominion. And Fallowfield. Okay, I think we'll go for Plaguemont because it gives us the ability to sort out Sir Gilman a little bit more. You return to the dismal region known as the Flagging Hands. Straight away you sense an air of dread, yet cling to hope that you can make your stay as brief as possible. You and your fellow exiles have time to yourselves before the day is done. Nonetheless, the dismal environs soon take their toll on everyone. Ah yes. Yes. Judge the sparring contest. Okay. Who among you has the wherewithal to face this knight? Being in the fetid swamps of Plaguemont makes this the perfect time for a quick jousting competition, Sir Gilman says. He just needs a partner. One of your companions steps forward. You wish to fight somebody, little knight? Then come, let us see what you can do. At this, Sir Gilman launches into a litany of instruction, detailing the specific methods of Sea Dominion ceremonial combat. At last, the two competitors take their positions and rush forward to one another. They collide, then flail away, trading blow for blow. It all seems rather senseless. When at last they stop and catch their breath, Sir Gilman approaches you. This knight would have you choose the victor of this bout, Master Reader. Who prevailed? You have no idea how to evaluate what you just saw. I think it best just to humour them. Gilman. It's probably best for his psyche. Perhaps what Sir Gilman needs is the sense that he has a worthy opponent. Or declare a tie. The true winner of this joust was you, for having witnessed such a ludicrous exchange. Well, go on, Gilman. You declare the winner is none other than Sir Gilman. He beams with pride. It seems this knight yet retains something of the ancient method of his kind. Hammerford congratulates him on an honourable fight. They both gained 2 quickness for the next right. Sweet. Oh, pop. Oh, Gilman, hi. So Gilman is fuming in anger over something, so much so that you're hesitant to approach him, but you approach him anyway. Exile is too light a sentence for this knight. He notices you, and then seizes up. He begins acting rather nonchalant, as though his outburst did not just transpire. Oh, greetings to you, noble Master Reader. What brings you to this knight this afternoon? I'll ask him if everything's alright. You maintain a gentle tone with him, and ask whether there is something you might wish to discuss, so Gilman perhaps could benefit from talking through his woes. He stands there for a time, silent and dejected. But then, Master Reader, this knight cannot escape the horrors of his past. It seems that you would hear them. Then, you have this knight's apologies ahead of time for burdening you further with his troubles. Having said that, here, then, are the troubles you requested. You are, of course, familiar with the siege of the Spiral Sanctum. For this night, the memory of it is like a wound which will not close. This night stood there on the front lines whilst the high-wing remnants descended upon us. So furious was their assault that our chain of command was ruptured instantly. We, of the Sea Dominion, we require orders to perform our duty. Without such orders, why, we surely made a very easy target. That eve, one by one, then 2 by 2, they picked us off, becoming bolder, some of them shrieking with laughter all the while. This night, he saw his comrades cast aside like sea flies. How this knight survived, he does not know for certain, even now. Perhaps it was that he attempted to pursue and to detain his own knight commander, whom you met, when you first met this knight. That cursed deluge. If it not for his craven cowardice, the Spiral Sanctum it might have held at least a while longer. But instead, we were routed, rendered spineless both in form and deed. Sir Deluge was the first to turn and flee as our chain of command crumbled. And, as for this knight, he failed to catch his knight commander. He must have looked a coward too. Thus came time for penance. At this night, why, he insisted on the only course of action reasonable. He insisted on the sentence to the downside. And, as you can plainly see, his wish was fulfilled. How absurd that he should re-encounter his old knight commander here soon after. Thus did this knight become obliged once more to Sir Deluge. We took to the waters of the Sea of Solace, where soon we met the Pyre, a triumvirate exclusive to our kind. It was plain to see that they lacked wherewithal, and Sir Deluge, they thought he could provide it, the leadership they sought. And his was too much of a coward to decline. As for this knight, being of the Sea Dominion, he had little choice but to comply. Or so, at first, he thought. When he encountered you in the Nightwings, something awakened within him. So, with little honor left to lose, and so much left to gain, it became eminently clear that this knight stood a better chance within your ranks than those of Sir Deluge. And there is little left to say. This knight cannot escape his past, and yet he chooses to believe that he was spared that day not merely by coincidence. Perhaps Under King Gorez yet has plans in store, in which this knight may play a part. This knight clings, however vainly, to that hope. He slithers away, his head bowed low. It seems best to leave him be for now. You sense he feels relieved at having shared all this. Yeah, definitely, because we can now read Gilman's biography. Or at least we now know more. So he's been here for 3 years. And he volunteered for exile. Huh. Interesting. I feel he's someone who we could put in. And with that, I'm actually going to let that save and end the stream for tonight. And we will carry on. There's our Pyre lasts a little bit longer than I was thinking. But that's fun, that gives me more to do. So I really do intend to try and put this back on Monday. But you know, we just have to see how the Fantasy League goes from there. There is the look of some form of stream tomorrow, maybe. Not being told otherwise. That there isn't going to be one, so that's going to happen there. Teamfight Thursdays will happen on Thursday, Play Session Friday, and then the role-playing Nottingham Games weekend from there. No tomorrow. There we go. I've just been given my thing from there. So there will not be a stream tomorrow. Or at least not a scheduled stream tomorrow. But Teamfight Thursday definitely happening. Or there will be a stream on Thursday at least. I wasn't around for the podcast. So I wasn't able to know. But regardless, that's fine. You know what's going on. So yeah, Teamfight Thursday though, or a Thursday stream will happen. So if anyone's come in and lurked and stuff like that, sure, appreciate it. Any chats or like sort of anyone coming in, it's great. We do this all the time. But have a good night, and yes, unless something happens tomorrow by surprise, we'll see you Thursday. Toodaloo.